I was telling everybody I knew for sure you were going to grapple this, and you might even submit him. That was a fait accompli in my mind. Did you have that in your mind too, figuring it was going to be a grappling match?
No, I didn't know for sure that it's going to be a grappling match, but I have that as an option that it could be a grappling match. Basically, because I wasn't very comfortable on my stand, I wasn't very stable, so I was very concerned and couldn't move properly, and against a guy who moved as well as Ciryl, so he was pretty tough for me, the stand-up part, but he kind of like gave me the opportunity, came to me at first with those takedown, and I knew that that's what he's been working on, and my team recommend me to like keep doing that, work on the grapple wrestling and grappling, because we were pretty confident about our skills.
Francis, when you're going into a fight of this magnitude, you're fighting another undefeated champion. Why would you go through with the fight if your leg was bad, right? I mean, how much consideration did you give to pulling out, given the fact that there's a lot of significance, and if you lose this fight, people are going to say, oh, yeah, it's just an excuse, him talking about his leg. So, wouldn't it have been in your best interest to say, hey, I'm not healthy, and come back and fight a different time?
Well, people will always say something, and leading up to this fight, I get injured. You don't know what's happened. I could have withdrawn to this fight, but then get in another fight, get even worse. We are doing a sport that is very dangerous. You can hurt yourself all the time. So if you feel like there is a chance that you can do it, I think you have to do it. And I believe in myself. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, so I was sure. I mean, that must be a dumb decision, but we didn't want to withdraw from this fight. I was very confident about my skills to win this fight.
I noticed Mick Maynard put the belt on you and not Dana. Was that at your request? You didn't want Dana to do that, or why did that happen?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
So you did not have anything that you didn't say, I don't want Dana.
I do not have anything to do about that.
Okay.
I think that was their decision. I'm about to ask about that too.
Okay. And I guess that leaves, Dana doesn't come to the press conference. It makes the inference that it's something to do with you, right? So does it make you
come to the press conference?
He wasn't here, no. He wasn't here.
Okay. What? I didn't know that too.
Does it make you wonder what your future is in the company given that?
Well, it's been a long time that I've been wondering about my future in the company, so nothing has changed. I'm still in the same position.
One other question. What is the biggest issue from your standpoint? Is it simply money, or is it the way you're treated?
No, it's not simply money. I mean, obviously, money is a part of it, but it's also the term of the contract that I don't agree with it. I don't feel like it's fair. I don't feel like I'm I'm a free man. I don't feel like I don't feel like I've been treated good, and it's unfortunate that I have to be in this position to be able to do that, to say that, but I think it's something that everybody should at least have a right to claim for what's best for him, because at the end of the day, we put a lot of work in this job. We take a lot in our body to make it happen, so at least we can have a fair and square deal.
Francis, will you go to the UFC, or are you going to just wait for them to come to you?
Well, I've been going to the UFC a lot, so I kind of like exhaust all my options.
If I understand right, if you don't fight until December this year, your contract will be over and you'll be a free agent next year in January?
No, I think so.
So are you comfortable with the decision that you might just not fight for a year now?
In the past 3 years, I have fought 3 times. So what did that mean? Once a year. So it wouldn't be something strange.
But is that not some frustrating to you, because you're an athlete who's...
I'm not frustrated about anything, my friend. I'm in peace with myself and my decisions.
So do you believe it's boxing next, no matter what, even if the UFC come to you with a contract?
I don't believe in anything. I don't know yet.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Francis, right over here.
Okay.
To your right.
To my right.
Hi.
Good.
Congratulations on the victory. I do want to ask, were there
Thank
any
you.
words finally exchanged with Fernand and everything after the fact in the cage or after?
No, no with Fernand, with Ciryl.
And what did you say to him? Obviously, you've been in his shoes before to experience that first loss too.
Yeah, I've been there, but I know that he has a skill. I know that he's a big guy, good guy. He's a good fighter. That just meant to be between crossfire. You know, they're trying to use him to. They're just trying to use him, you know. But he's a good guy, and I have nothing against him.
I think people wonder, Francis, with the power, how is Francis going to feel if the fight goes later? How is Francis going to feel if he can't knock him out? Can you tell us just how did you feel? Those later rounds, you have to do some stuff that we haven't seen you do before. Just what was going through your mind in those later rounds?
Well, actually, for the first two rounds, I was still, I couldn't find my spot, couldn't move properly, and was a little concerned, basically, by the end of the second round. And then something came to my mind. I remember all the support that I'd been receiving from my country, and I'm like, I'm not letting them down, you know, and then my coaches that were there, like motivating me, telling me like it's good, this, that, you know. Then we went to the third round, and then get this takedown. And at the end of the third round, I kind of like see him desperate, you know. At that moment, I know that he's gonna lose this fight. Like he's losing the fight. I could tell that he wasn't himself anymore.
I don't have to tell you this. We don't often see you fight for this long at any time. How long has your wrestling been a part of your game?
Neither do I. I haven't seen me fight for so long. Well, the wrestling be part of my game, I think, since the beginning. You know, I've been working on. Maybe he wasn't good enough, but I never had a chance to like prove it. And in the past three years, you know, I've been at Extreme Couture, been working on wrestling. You know, it's a elite wrestling team, and I have an opportunity to have great partner and great coaches there who are very good at wrestling. And I show up to every class, you know, wrestle with everybody.
My final question, obviously there's going to be a lot of talk. What can, one promotion offer? What can UFC offer and everything? At the end of the day, can I ask you simply, do you feel like you still want to be a UFC fighter?
Well, it's been a long time and a lot of things been going on. So at this point, I think my feeling doesn't matter. You know, I've been feel a lot of things in the past year. I've been expressed my willingness to stay in the UFC, to have a contract, just to be respected. And the only reason why we are here, I think, is because at some point I wasn't respected. You know, he could have taken way less to get this deal done, but he went to like a power position and get everybody frustrated, get me frustrated, get me lost the feeling, the desire of doing things. You know, I get in this sport. I didn't grow up dreaming about this sport. I just get into it because it was fun and all those stuff. Then you get to the point that you kind of like find another side of the sport which is not funny, which is frustrating. It's kind of like mess with your mind, you know. So, but I'm pretty good trying to like stay focused, just think about the sport and nothing around it, and hope that things gonna go well.
Congratulations.
Thank
Francis, right here in front of you, quick one. How hurt were your knees? What exactly happened?
Was pretty bad. I had a grade 3 MCL. I have a damaged ACL and a damaged MPFR, and that was 25 days ago.
One last one. Outside of your wrestling, and I think in one of the later rounds, you actually swept him. You were on the bottom, and you swept him and got top position. So
Actually, that leg was hurting because I was trying to hold his leg with my right leg, and that was the leg that was hurting. But Still manage, trying to use body position and to get there.
You need surgery at all?
I think so.
Francis, over here to your left. How you doing, mate? When you're fighting a fighter like Ciryl Gane, does winning a decision mean a little bit more than simply just knocking him out?
Well, if I would have chose, it would have been a knockout, man. This 5 round, it wasn't my call.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, it was a good thing because I finally had a chance to prove that I can do it. Everyone counts me out when it goes to 5 rounds. I'm like, Ciryl by decision. If Francis wins, it's by knockout. But you were wrong.
Have you had a chance to talk to your mother yet? I'm just wondering how proud she is.
I couldn't talk to her because they were just celebrating, shouting, yelling. Couldn't hear anything. And the signal was very bad here. I was in medical and stuff, but I called.
Awesome. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Francis, how hurt were your knees when you were fighting? Was there any point during the fight where you felt like you may not be able to continue with the knees?
Know that I might not be able to continue, but I was like very stable, like trying to like hold position, don't move too much. I didn't want to sleep or something. Just the idea of like sleeping or getting kicked on that knee was so scary. Basically, like I saw the doctor on Tuesday to clear me, and he wasn't very optimistic about it, but I still decided to move on.
What kind of advice did the doctor and your team give you leading up to it regarding the injury?
Well, my team was by my side, regardless whatever I decided to do. That's what they said. But the doctor said he wouldn't recommend me that because I can have a irreversible damage. That was he said? Yes, irreversible, something like that. If I get kicked on that knee, so that's why like I couldn't switch my stand.
How does your knee feel?
Et finalement, on s'habitue. Et après, le premier événement avec les spectateurs, on a tout autant peur parce qu'on ne sait pas comment on va réagir avec la foule, si ça va nous distraire ou pas. Mais dans l'ensemble, ça s'est bien passé. Surtout à la fin, avec la victoire, c'est aussi beau de voir un public et de célébrer avec. Maintenant, pour ce qui concerne le Cameroun, la Coupe d'Afrique, oui, je pense que c'est une motivation. Ils ont été une motivation pour moi, pour ma victoire, et je pense que d'un autre côté, je serai ça peut également contribuer à une motivation pour notre équipe, qui déjà, à mon avis, n'a pas besoin de cette motivation parce que je pense qu'ils ont les choses sous contrôle. Et surtout avec un nouveau président de la fédération qui est Samuel Eto'o-Fils et qui, voilà, pour son arrivée, tout le monde est un peu galvanisé et très optimiste pour remporter cette Coupe d'Afrique des Nations.
Francis, encore un petit mot en français. Félicitations encore pour ce combat.
Merci.
Est-ce qu'à un moment donné, vous vous êtes retrouvé un petit peu dos au mur après les 2 premiers rounds qui n'étaient pas forcément en votre faveur et vous avez surpris beaucoup de monde avec votre sol et votre lutte et qui a construit votre victoire? Ça a surpris beaucoup de monde. Est-ce que vous en avez conscience, ça?
Non, le but était juste de gagner et de faire tout pour gagner. Surtout que les 2 premiers rounds, je me suis un peu fié à ma boxe et je n'étais pas très stable, je n'étais pas très confortable. Et surtout face à un adversaire comme Ciryl qui est très agile, très mobile et très bon en pied-point, c'était très difficile pour moi de gérer. Mais bon, mon équipe a décidé qu'on adopte une autre option puisque c'était une option qu'on avait en beau choix.
Vous aviez annoncé que vous alliez le mettre KO au 2e round.
Ouais.
Finalement, vous gagnez la décision au 5e. La victoire est belle ou il y a une petite pointe de déception de ne pas l'avoir mis KO?
La victoire, c'est la victoire parce que bon, c'est vrai que je ne l'ai pas mis KO, mais en même temps, j'ai un peu déçu des gens qui espéraient que j'allais perdre si j'allais à la décision. Je les ai prouvé le contraire.
Est-ce qu'il y a une forme de revanche justement parce que bon, il y a votre histoire de contrat avec l'UFC, chez les bookmakers, vous n'étiez pas forcément le favori. Et finalement, c'est quand même vous qui restez le boss. Est-ce que c'est une forme de revanche ce soir?
Je vais dire que c'est un, comment on dit statement en anglais, en français. Oui, c'est un message au fait que j'ai renvoyé. J'étais le champion, je suis le champion et je reste le champion. Indépendamment de tout ce qu'on raconte, au final, le boss, c'est moi et je l'ai prouvé ce soir.
Et une dernière question. On a parlé avec Ciryl il y a quelques instants. Il rêverait d'une revenge, d'un nouveau combat, mais cette fois à Paris. Est-ce que vous seriez prêt? Est-ce que c'est quelque chose aussi qui vous plairait d'avoir une revanche, mais cette fois en France, avec un public qui attend ça aussi? Mais est-ce que vous l'attendriez?
Ça, il y a beaucoup d'improbabilités dans ça. Déjà, il faut savoir quelle est ma situation ici à l'UFC pour commencer. Et ensuite, quelle est la situation des choses avec le Covid. Parce que l'UFC, avec le Covid, apparemment, les choses ne sont pas très faciles. Raison pour laquelle les événements de l'UFC et voire même d'autres sports sont un peu concentrés dans certains États qui sont les rares États qui sont accessibles.
Mais une revanche contre Ciryl Gane à Paris, vous signez ou pas?
Oui, bien sûr. Il est inévitable que... Il est clair que si je reste là, à un moment donné, je vais rencontrer Ciryl, vu son talent. Je sais qu'il va rester au top de la catégorie et à un certain moment, il aura sa revanche.
Merci beaucoup.
Francis, you mentioned the support that you receive from your country, but at the same time, it seems like Fernand and France sort of painted this narrative of you being ungrateful to an entire nation of France. That narrative has sort of played in. How happy are you to put this all behind you because it seems so far from the truth?
Yeah, man, that's crazy. It's, as you say, it's the narrative, and you can't control the narrative. I'm not a media. I'm just a guy, who is out there doing his thing. And I feel very relieved now. But even though the narrative were wrong, they kind of like that belong to the past, because those people who knows me know that I'm not ungrateful. And my friends, my family in France, they are still there. They know me, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I had in France. But I'm still a Cameroonian. As long as I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have in the U.S., every step along the way, you have stuff, but you move on. That doesn't mean that doesn't take away anything from from the gratefulness that you have for something. I have to leave my country that I was born there after 27 years. That doesn't mean I'm ungrateful from my country. I love my country, but I have to move on with my life. That's how it is. I have to live. We all have to leave our parents' house. That doesn't mean we don't love them. We love them, but that's the process of life. We have to move on. That's just how it is. It's not being ungrateful. And it's even when you move, when you leave sometime, that you really realize the love that you have there. You appreciate it even better. But you have to do that. You can't go back because that's how it is. That's just life. And I think people just wanted to manipulate this, use this, get in my mind, or like trying to tear my reputation or something. But at the end of the day, man, I make it all the way here, and I think I have some sort of angel guidance who will still be there and protect me.
Francis, over here to your far right. Colin Crandall, MMA Power Hour. Normally, when you win the decision, you're not having to wait for the judges. There's no question about that you won. Were you nervous when you did?
No, I don't.
You were very confident you would win.
Yeah.
Okay. What fight would be more exciting to you if the money was right? An MMA fight with John Jones or a boxing match with Tyson Fury?
If the contract was right.
If the contract
Not
was
just the
right in
money.
both of those situations, which is more exciting for you?
I don't know, man. I was so pumped up for the John Jones fight the last time, and since that was a promise before the fight that the winner between Stipe and I gonna fight John Jones, but since I won that fight, I never heard about it. So At this point, I don't really know what's possible. I don't know what is off the table. So kind of like lay down and see.
Makes sense. Last question for me. Would you feel that John Jones perhaps would be the second best fighter in the heavyweight division in the UFC, or is it Ciryl Gane?
I don't know the position on John Jones right now.
But is there skill? If I could ask about their skill, who is the better, maybe, do you think?
I think skill-wise, John Jones is by far the best. You know, I think he's really good, and yeah.
And Ciryl maybe number 3 or something, right?
Skill-wise, MMA-wise, striking-wise, because overall-wise.
Overall, what do you think in the heavyweights? You, Jones, Ciryl, maybe?
Well, you put in Stipe.
Oh, Stipe, is Stipe third above Ciryl?
Okay, if I have to put...
If you have to put in the ratings.
If I have to put... Skill-wise?
Skill-wise.
I'm not for the pound-for-pound guy, so don't ask me. I don't know.
Heavyweight. Can you put heavyweight skill-wise, top 4?
I don't know. Don't ask me that question.
No
man.
problem. Thank you very much. Congratulations, my friend.
Francis,
You're welcome.
Francis, last one right here, to your left,
Right
in front.
Okay.
I just am curious, how proud do you leave here tonight of yourself? I mean, you've probably had more spectacular victories in terms of the knockouts, but you bet on yourself with the contract stuff. You came in injured. You lost the first 2 rounds and came back to win. Is this like one of the proudest moments in terms of you getting this victory tonight?
Regardless of what happened tonight, I was proud of myself, my friend. I came from a long way, and I make my way here, which is something that I'm very proud about that. And as I said before, like, doesn't matter how this fight play out, I will still be proud of myself because I know that I never give up. I never step back. I always give everything that I get. And it could have end up different way. That would have taken anything from what I have done from my accomplishment.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go, guys.